Do we all have love in our hearts? Oh my gosh. Well, okay, if it's already in there, what if we just opened it up and let it out? Let's just fill the room with love. Imagine the room is filled with beautiful hand-stitched Valentine hearts. The room is just getting fuller and fuller, and we feel it like a sofa, like a beanbag chair. We're just surrounded by the love of our hearts. Isn't love kind of an amazing thing? It's this miraculous thing that happens to us. There's a couple of levels of love that I want to talk about today. We know that in our teaching, in the New Thought Unity teaching, love is an aspect of God. In fact, it is God, and it is what the love of God is what structures the universe. The love of God is what moves the universe forward. Pretty brainy. I have to admit I don't get it. Because I can't figure out how the sun's shining on the wheat field. Well, okay, it's an expression of God, I get it. But you know what happens to me when I feel love? I kind of get warm and tingly all over. I feel it physically in my arms, in my torso, in my legs. I have that sensation of love, and in my heart, it's sitting there and being warm and extending and receiving. That's the wonderful layer of love. Human love. Human love. I'm glad I'm not the only one with a cold. That human love is so deep and touches us so deeply. And I want to go through some examples of human love. Get ready for this, I did something kind to somebody the other day. I did something nice. And it made me feel so good. I felt so wonderful. And they said thank you, and their eyes lit up, so I know that they felt wonderful too. So that's an expression of love between two people. These two people could be a loved one, a stranger in the grocery store, a flight attendant, somebody at the DMV. That's the master level of sending out love. That connection between two people. It's not a romantic love, but a friend level love, a platonic connection, one of close connection. I know this connection exists, and in my mind, that's where God lives. In that feeling that we have back and forth, that knowing of love. And then there's a family level of love. If we extend from two to the whole family. I got to do the coolest thing for Christmas this year. My family doesn't typically spend Christmas together, but we decided to. Okay, change your thinking, change your life. So we decided to have Christmas together, and Mark and I drove up to Greeley, where my sister and her husband live, and also there were her two children, and my nephew, Michael, has gotten married and has a 6-year-old daughter named Emily. And we got to sit in the love of a family at Christmas time. Now, Emily's just at that age where everything's a plaything. Or she can be anything she wants to be. So she decided she was going to be a waitress. So she found a little tray. I have no idea where she found it. And she found a little vase even. And she put it on the tray. And she took shrimp off the buffet and crackers and napkins. And she went, I'm holding it up here. She's down here. She went up to each person. Would you like some shrimp? Well, of course we did. And we took a couple shrimp and a cracker and a napkin, and she was a waitress. I have to tell you that love filled that room. There was so much love in that room that night. And she did other crazy things, not crazy, fun. You know, it's fun to be a child, and it's great to tap into that love and get that energy. So if you're ever thinking, I don't experience love anymore, well, volunteer to help out with the children, because they're full of love. They don't know any better. They don't know any different. They are going to give their love away to whoever shows up around them. So that's a beauty and love at the scale of a family. A couple of years ago, I saw Adele. Do you know the British singer Adele? What a singer. And she was down at the hockey stadium, whatever the name of it is, and there were 50,000 people there. And we were all there, and everyone in that room was in love with Adele. It felt so good to be and bathe in that love. Now, there's a stadium here in Colorado, here in Denver, that holds 70,000 people, and we were in love with the Broncos until that one game they lost. And then we're still in love with the Broncos. We don't have to shift our love. We have that much love. Do you remember the Eaton Fire in Los Angeles? Yeah. It started just over a year ago and burned 14,000 acres over 24 days. They think 10,000 structures were burned, 19 deaths. But imagine the level of love that was there. Here's what happened. Just 48 hours after the fire, 15-year-old Avery Calvert and her mom, Lauren Sandage, posted a plea on Instagram for clothing and essentials specifically for teen girls who lost everything. Guess what it did? It went viral, drawing support from celebrities and thousands of donors. They quickly turned it into Altadena Girls, a nonprofit that distributed over 1 million items for free to fire-affected teen girls, from clothes and school supplies, emotional support. Avery became the youngest Time 100 Impact Award winners. Yeah, where disaster hits, love shows up. Isn't that a weird connection? And sometimes love looks like paperwork. David Lee, a longtime Altadena resident and licensed contractor with over 20 years of experience, lost his own newly remodeled home in the Eaton Fire. And instead of focusing on his rebuild, he channeled his grief into founding Rebuild Altadena, a grassroots network that connects survivors with vetted architects, contractors, insurers, planners, inspectors. Now, if my house burned down, I wouldn't even know where to start with all that. But he knew. And he let other people know. And there's another level of love. He vets professionals to protect neighbors from scams, offers guidance on permits and building techniques, and hosts community fairs to make the process more accessible and affordable. Where disasters strike, love shows up. Do you see what I'm doing? I'm getting love bigger and bigger and bigger at the human scale to where we can make a simple jump from a family or someone who's been in a fire and gotten help to the entire world. To the entire world. And know that when we send out love, it's infinite. And we can send it out to the entire world. And we can receive it from the entire world and fill up with it. Charles Fillmore says, I permit love to reach out from me to every person I meet. I believe that love is returned to me from every person I meet. I feel that love is flowing through me to heal every situation I meet, to help every person I contact. He says, love is the center of everything. Wow. If it's the center of us and we're connected with Spirit, then our love is connected with Spirit. You know what else is everywhere? Spirit, God, consciousness. So just like our love is everywhere, this idea, the higher level of love, of consciousness, what we call the divine mind, is everywhere. This is the mind. Divine love is widely regarded as the foundational, animating, and cohesive force of the universe. Brainy. Acting as the fundamental law of attraction and harmony that binds all existence together. So we're bound together, and the molecules in the candle are bound together with divine love. It operates at that scale. Does it make sense? No, it doesn't make any sense to me either. And I'm a minister, I've taken classes in this. Divine love is not just an emotion, but an intelligent, active, and impersonal force that initiates and operates the universe. Now it makes sense to me, because it is initiating things that connect to me, bringing the sun up in the morning, planting the wheat in the wheat field, donating things to natives who need them. All of the things that we're doing are imbued with divine love. Watching the Olympics, divine love. The Olympics themselves, divine love. Going to the moon, divine love. Coming home from the moon, divine love. So it is abstract, but it's the animating feature of everything that happens. So I know that the moons go around Saturn, our moon goes around us, and we can look at it and say, oh, yeah, it's gravity. It's the relationship of that mass to our mass. And that's love. That connection is the connection of love. However we decide to look at it. Relationships are love. Atoms moving, love. What moves them? The animating force of divine love. That's what happens. Charles Fillmore says, love is the attracting, harmonizing, unifying faculty of spirit. And our sense of this enhances all that we do. Our kind of, not just an understanding, excuse me, but knowing that it's there and it can work for us. Because our thoughts are things, and we can affect what's going on in that invisible distance, because God is there. The animating God is there. So if we're sick, we can dive right into our gallbladder and send the love of God and let ourselves heal. In a troubled time, in a relationship, I can turn to Spirit and I know things are going to turn out well. I put myself on an arc of higher consciousness. Higher consciousness, love. The animating force of the universe. This consciousness we talk of, this spirit we talk of, is animating force, which is love. Now I'm going to go down on the rabbit hole. Because that God, that divine love is very abstract and brainy. And the human love is very warm and fuzzy. But they have something in common that I want to talk about. And the thing they have in common is acceptance. Spirit, love, God, divine mind, higher power, whatever you want to call it, will allow anything to happen. When we think about all the things that we're not happy with that have happened in our lives, divine mind is there. It allows anything. I mean, there have been some pretty ugly things in the world. Divine mind allows that. acceptance. It accepts everything. It doesn't judge good or bad. Do we, in our godlike essence, accept everything the way it is? Not so much. So maybe there's a little work to do to become a little more godlike in our daily lives. And that is to do the hard work of accepting the world as it actually is, with all the difficulties, the hard parts, accepting things as they are, relationships as they are, my bank account as it is, the scratch in my car, the little bellyache I have, all the things that we judge as being wrong, we open to accept them. We don't fight them. Now, I know there are a number of parents in this room, and I'm beginning to have an idea what you must go through when you let go of a child. I've spoken about my niece here many times, and she's the one person on the earth that I love absolutely unconditionally. I would do anything for her. No matter what she does, I love her. Well, I used to say that. Now I have to say, she's been making some interesting life choices. And I don't disapprove of them. But as someone who's lived a life, I can see that it's a path that isn't really going to serve her very well. Now, to balance that, she's been making some spectacular health decisions, and I'm all for that. But some of her life choices are kind of interesting, and so I find myself having to, get ready, not jump in and fix her. Can anybody relate to that? If God would let me run the world, I could jump into all of your lives and fix all of your lives. I'll stand here by the door and you can just turn over your life to be on the way out the door. That's not going to happen, is it? We hold that control, we hold that judgment that what my beloved niece is doing is wrong, bad, interesting, and we hold it for as long as we want to. God will allow us to do anything. Or I can turn her over to God. I can turn her spirit over to spirit and let her live her life without my influence. Guess what? She's already living her life without my influence. Most of the people that we want to change in the world aren't going to change because we make a suggestion. And so I challenge us to stop judging everyone in our world and everything that's going on and discern, do I want this in my life? Yes. Do I want this in my life? No. Do I want this in my life? Maybe. But I'm not judging it as good, bad, indifferent. I just let it be and watch it almost as if I've stepped back. That inner voice in my mind can pull back and look at facts on the ground in a more spiritual way and just let my beautiful niece live the life she wants to live. Gosh, I don't know if I can do that. It's hard. How many are parents? It's awfully hard, isn't it? Like, how about impossible? Why? Because we're in fear. We don't want anything bad to happen to them. We'll do anything so that nothing bad happens to them. So we're trying to accept things as they are. Do bad things happen to everybody? To some extent or another. Some things we don't want to happen to us do happen to us. And so we have to let them learn. When they fall down, we have to let them learn how to get back up. Unless they ask for advice, which I'll willingly give. And I have two other ideas about acceptance that I want to talk about. The first is listening. We can be angels on earth if we learn to stop listening. How often am I listening to someone and I'm waiting for them to stop jabbering so I can jump in and tell my story? I have a story too, and if you'll shut up, I'll tell it to you. That's not really a loving communication, is it? If I can pull back into my heart and listen, 100%, full on, listen, and let them tell me what they want to tell me, and not have a need to add anything to it. But just say something simple like, I think I get it. I understand. I've been there too. What else? How's that working out for you? That's not good. Tell me more. I was with a therapist one time and we'd been chatting for 35 minutes and I said something and she said, tell me more. And that opened a door for me because I had something pretty traumatic happen to me when I was a kid that I had never talked to anyone about. And when she said, tell me more, when she created a vessel of safe listening, when she said, tell me more, I finally found a person I could tell that to. What a relief. So we can be that person in other person's lives. And now, the biggest thing about acceptance, the big thing, is accepting our good. Good is on its way toward us. The universe is conspiring, it's manipulating, maneuvering, causing, bringing divine love to every molecule in the universe so that I can experience good. There is good around me all the time. I have but to open to it. The good I desire is on its way toward me. Mary Baker Eddy said, good is on its way and you should have it. Because sometimes we won't give ourselves permission to accept good. We want to say, oh, no, not me. I don't need that. You don't need to buy me dinner. No. You don't do that. But we learn to accept it and be in it and say yes. Because good is coming to us. It's running at us as fast as it can. And all we have to do is say yes. So let's drop into meditation, huh? What do you say?
Yes.
Well done, you learned the lesson. Oh, we just set our feet on the floor and our hands in our lap. We open our hearts and the top of our heads to Spirit to download to us whatever it would have us send. We open to it. We're receiving it. It comes in. And we say yes to it. We accept everything that life has to offer, and we know it's good. We say yes to the good in the universe. We say yes to ourselves as a vessel of pure, angelic joy. God is good, and we are great. And we don't doubt it. We let ourselves live in it. Awash in the great good that God is. Experiencing it now. For all the good that God has is available to me right now. It's not more on some days and less on others. It's an infinitude of love, hope, and joy available to me right now. And so I imagine something that would make me very happy. Something that would just make me jump for joy. Something that would make me feel so good and settled and serene and secure. I imagine that. And I say, yes, yes. Come on in. I'm ready. I accept you. I accept this solution as God-given. I let God solve my problem with divine love, the action of divine love, creating. And when my mind says that would take a miracle, we say, yes, I accept the miracle. I know that God wants me to experience that miracle. So we just hold our minds in that highest place of consciousness, connected to that deepest source of love. And we just let God breathe us for a moment or two. Oh Spirit, oh divine wonderment, thank you. Thank you for the good. Thank you for the God. Thank you for the discernment. Thank you for the relief of judgment in my life, for the lightening of my load, for the lifting of what troubles me, for my acceptance of walking into the ease and grace of life. I let life be, and I experience it as a wonderment, an amazement, walking day by day, step by step, through Spirit, as Spirit, a creator of miracles, a creator of divine motion. I allow it. I allow myself to be godlike and let it affect everything in my life. Amen.